Hello friends, so welcome back to my channel Codes Laboratory. So in the earlier video I have told you how to create or how to integrate your Selenium script with JMeter, and in this video I am going to tell you how you can convert your existing framework into an page object model, so it will be easier for you to maintain your code, to maintain your big projects. And I'll be giving you some tips, and those tips will help you in maintaining your project. So let's go to our project which we have created yesterday. Okay, so here is our project. So in this project we are going to add few things like page object model, and before going forward I'll be adding one more thing, which will be headless browsing of Chrome, because to perform performance testing on Chrome, and it will not take a lot of your memory and your processor will behave fast and good. So let's continue, and so let's just create Chrome options class object. Okay, what happened? Okay, Chrome options is equals to new Chrome options. Okay, options dot add arguments headless. Okay, so after that you just need to connect your options with your Chrome driver like this. As you can see, I have done. So before going forward, let's just check this whether we are able to achieve our headless browsing or not on Chrome. So as you can see, I have executed this test. The Chrome browser is also started. Okay, see, it has started browsing. Okay, so our scripts got passed successfully. So let's just start converting this code into an more maintained way. Let's go and add at the rate before public void setup. Okay, so in setup we will do the basic tasks which will be required for every test, and that will be all these things till the. Okay, so let's just remove this, and here I'm going to create few variables which will be global for this class. As now you can see, these are giving me the error as because this method cannot understand these variables. So let's just create it. Okay, and this will not be required, only WebDriver will be required. Let's just copy from here and put it here. See, errors has been removed. So let's create another method and we will call it tear down at the rate before, sorry, at the rate after public void tear down. So in this method we will close our sessions, and this will close the browser, all the sessions of browsers. Okay, so we have added two methods, at the rate before, at the rate after. As you must already know that these methods will be executed before this at the rate test class every time, and this method will execute after this test method every time. So it will be easy for us to create new test and we will not have to do this activity again and again. So okay, so as we have done this, let's just test it again. whether it is working or not. Yes, we need to save it. Okay, it has started. Okay, see, this has started the browsing, and our test has completed. Okay, so after that I will, let's just go and start creating our, adding our page object model things. So before going to that, we will have to create one new package, and we will call it as page objects. And let's go to our application. So for that, I'll be required to open Chrome browser. Okay, we have opened it. Let's open our application. Okay, so this is our application, and this will be the login page. So the first class we will be creating in page object package will be the login page. Login page. Okay, so let's start move our code. What are the fields? These all are the fields which is placed on the login page. I'm going to put all of them here while creating one method. Public void login to application. Oh, we have given one space, and this way. Okay, it is giving us one error. To resolve that, we will have to pass our driver from this class to this class, and to do that, what we will do, I will create one constructor of this class which will be having one driver, and we need to add this. So yes, we have added. Just create one local driver, and we can initialize it here in our constructor. This driver is equals to driver. Okay, so now as you can see, all the errors has been removed, and in this method we have passed our code login to the application. And so let's just go back and just check how we can use it. So to do that, we need to create one object of our login page class. So to do that, we can login page, and we can initialize it here, which is equals to new login page. And as you can see, this is giving you one error because we need to pass one parameter, and that will be our driver. Okay, so this class we need to import, and error has been removed. So this process will be happening on our home page. Once we will enter our credentials like this, clicked on sign on, and see, this is our home page. So we will create another class in our page object, and we will be creating another class home page, and we will be creating one method public void sign of application. We can keep it small, and here we can bring our code. It's Control X, Control V. So in this way you can see driver is giving us error. We need to add constructor of this class. In that we will initialize our driver, and it will be taking web driver. Let's import this web driver and see the error has removed. And to initialize this, we will use this keyword equals to driver, and the error has gone. So in this way you can create all of the classes which will be required to interact in your application, and you can maintain your code in a more logical way, so it will not be complex over here at the time of creating the test. So let's just create home page object, and let's import this class. I'll be creating and initializing our home page object. Will be required to pass on perimeter driver. Okay, we have done that. So to log in on our application after creating this object, we will have to call login to the application, and once we are able to log in, we can create, after verifying the flights finder image, we will click on sign off page. So to do that, we will have to use home page object and sign off application. Okay, so we have converted our code into an page object model. So let's just execute it again. So let's go. Okay, so execution has started. Okay, as you can see, it is browsing our application, and the code and the script has completed. So once we have done this, you already know how to create the jar file and where you need to place it. So that was all, and now we will move to our PPT, and I'm going to tell you few tips which I have discussed with you in the previous video. There were two key points which I've told you to not place this chrome.exe in your project. Well, it was because if you will put it here, and sometimes, so many times people starts giving their path in the relations of our project or on current directory in which we are having our project. So let me tell you, this Eclipse is an intelligent tool. It will, at the time of executions, it will get to know from where it can pick this exe, but when you will convert it into an jar file and place it on JMeter, it will not be able to identify from where he needs to pick this chrome driver.exe. That's why I have asked you to give whole path, not any relevant path, so your code will be executed. And the another point was, I have asked you to create Java project, not Maven project. And the reason was, sometime it happens after adding some of our dependency in our Maven project, some other dependencies are automatically get downloaded and included to our project. So in that case, there can be a possibility that by mistake you will be using that dependency in your code. So if you will do that, and if you will not add that dependency into your JMeter, so in that case your JMeter will not be able to read your code and your code will start giving you some error. That's why I have asked you to create one Java project, so that whatever will be the dependency you will be using here, you will need to place it there manually. So that was all for this video, and let's go back to our PPT. So okay, let's conclude this video. In this video I have told you how to add your page object model into your existing framework, and how you can do the headless browsing. So guys, just keep remember this thing. If you are not using headless browsing and still you are performing UI performance testing, then your CPU will not be able to, might be your CPU will not be able to support more than 10 parallel instances. And in the next video I'm going to tell you how to create the master slave configurations in your machine, so that if your requirement is to execute 100 or 200 parallel instances, you can use other desktop as well to execute your scripts on other system. Okay guys, so it was all. Thank you so much for being a part of this video, and if you have any queries, just write in the comment sections. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.